Hi everyone, welcome to this Power BI tutorial for beginners. In this video, you'll learn the basics of Power BI. We'll build a complete dashboard from scratch, even if you've never used Power BI before. Let's get started. To begin, we will need to install Power BI Desktop. It's completely free and it gives you everything you need to build reports from scratch. Open the Microsoft Store, which comes pre-installed on Windows, and in the search bar at the top type Power BI. You will see two different options. The one you want is Power BI Desktop. This allows you to import data, build dashboards, and publish reports. There is also Power BI Report Builder, but that's more specialized and limited in features. Click on Power BI Desktop and then choose Install or Open if you already have it installed. When you first launch Power BI Desktop, you will see the home screen. From here you can start with the blank report or connect to common data sources like OneLake, Excel, SQL Server, and many others. You can also explore sample data or see learning resources under Recommended. If you have worked on reports before, they will appear under Recent. Let's click Blank Report to begin. This takes us into the report view. In the center of the screen, you will see some of the most popular data sources. You can also use the top ribbon to access even more options. For this tutorial, I have an Excel file with the two tables as sample data. I click on Import Data from Excel, locate my file, and double-click to open it. Once your file opens, there a navigator window appears. This shows all available tables in the sheets, unless you preview the data. I have the Expenses Types table, and I have the Household Expenses. I want to import both tables, so I'll check both boxes. In the bottom right corner, we have two options, Load and Transform Data. Load brings the data in as is, and Transform Data opens the Power Query Editor where we can clean and shape the data first. We'll choose Transform Data. Now we are inside the Power Query Editor. On the left, you'll see the list of queries, each representing a table. I'm currently looking at the Household Expenses table and the Expenses Types table. Now let's check the data types. Power BI usually guesses correctly, but it's always good to verify. Expenses type, ABC. Category, ABC. Nature, ABC. Then let's look at the household expenses. If you want to change it, you can just click on the icon and then change the type of the data. For this exercise, let's change the amount from whole number into fixed decimal number. Let's choose Replace Current. Now we have reviewed all the formats, and let's close and apply. It may take a few seconds, and now all the data is loaded. Next, let's open the model view. Here we see our tables and the relationships between them. Power BI automatically detected the relationship between two tables as expense type. If Power BI did not detect it, you could drag the field manually to create a relationship. Since we have our relationship defined, let's go and let's build our report. Go back to the report view. This is where the magic happens. We'll begin with a title, then add a table, followed by a pie chart, and finally a line chart and a slicer to filter. Along the way, we'll also format the titles to make the report easier to read. First, let's add a title at the top. Go to the Insert tab and choose Text Box. I'll place it at the top left and type my expenses. Now let's format the title. Here, I'll increase the font size and change the font color to make the title stand out more. You can choose any color you like, but keeping it simple and readable works best. This gives our dashboard a clear and professional header. Next, let's add a card to show the total amount of expenses. Click on an empty area below the title. In the Visualizations pane, select the card visual. Now, from the Data pane, drag amount into the card. Power BI automatically calculates the total sum of expenses. You can resize the card and format the number to make it more visible. This gives us a quick overview of total spending. Now let's add a table to show a breakdown of expenses. Click on an empty area on the canvas. Then select the table visual. From the Data pane, drag expense type into the table, and then drag amount as well. Because our relationship is already defined, Power BI automatically shows the total amount for each expense type. You can resize the table or sort it by amount to make it easier to read. Next, let's visualize expenses by category. Click on an empty area, then choose the pie chart visual. From the Data pane, drag Category to the legend. Drag amount to values. Now we have a pie chart showing how expenses are distributed across categories. This makes it easy to see where most of the money is going. Next, let's add a line chart to show expenses over time. Click on an empty area, then select the line chart visual. From the data pane, drag date to the x-axis. Drag amount to the y-axis. Now we can see how expenses change over time. Let's update the chart title. Select the line chart, go to the Format pane, turn the title on if needed, and change the text to expenses over time. You can also adjust the font size and color to match the dashboard style. If you want to change the axis titles, stay in the Format pane, expand the x-axis or y-axis section, turn the title option on, and update the text. For example, you can name the x-axis time and the y-axis expenses. This makes the chart even clearer and easier to understand. Now let's add a slicer to filter expenses by their nature. Click on an empty area on the canvas, then select the slicer visual. From the data pane, drag nature into the slicer. Now we can filter the dashboard by discretionary, fixed, or variable expenses. Notice how all visuals update instantly. This makes it very easy to analyze different types of costs. Now let's adjust the slicer style. With the slicer selected, go to the Format pane and open the Slicer Settings section. Here, you can change the slicer type to drop-down, vertical list, or tiles. For this dashboard, let's choose tiles. This makes the options more visible and easier to click, especially for beginners. One of the best things about Power BI is how easy it is to refresh your data. Let's quickly go back to the Excel file. I'll add a new expense row with today's date and an amount. I'll save the Excel file and switch back to Power BI. Now, in the top ribbon, I'll click Refresh. Just like that, all visuals update automatically to include the new expense. This means your dashboard always stays in sync with your source data. And that's it. You've built a complete Power BI dashboard with a title, total card, tables, charts, a slicer, and live data refresh from Excel. If you want to learn more Power BI tips, check out our channel. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.